Hello, students. Let us look at a very important topic. Quite often, we find in exams for graduation level, BCom, BBA, or for intermediate level. That is demand concept. What is demand? And explain law of demand. This question is very important. First of all, we need to explain the meaning of demand and then we have to explain the law of demand. Coming to demand, demand means effective desire or want for a commodity which is backed up by the ability and willingness to pay for it. It is very clear from this sentence that three conditions a desire should be backed up by ability to pay for it and willingness to pay for it. When these three conditions are met, it is considered as effective demand. This you need to explain. You can explain even examples also. Okay, let us go ahead. We can write demand in different way also, in some other manner also. That is, a demand for a product refers to the amount of it which will be bought per unit of time at a particular price. This is at another important sentence, dear students. Here, two conditions are stressed here. At a particular time and at a given price, what is the quantity that the market is ready to buy? That is demand. Next, coming to law of demand, uh, we have we have to explain law of demand. When other things remain equal, if the price of a commodity, yeah, as per law of demand, we need to stress on the point that other things being equal, if price going to change, how the quantity demanded will change. That is what is important here. So other things being equal, if price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded of it will rise, and if the price of a commodity rises, its quantity demanded will decline. It means to say quantity and price are moving in different manner, opposite manner. Speaking differently, quantity demanded is inversely proportional to price. That is what you need to establish here. So remember, students, remember to keep that prefix. Other things remain constant. Thus, there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Ceteris paribus. Ceteris paribus means to say other demand determinants remain constant. What are those other things? Other demand determinants. That is price of related commodities, income of consumers, tastes and preferences of consumers, and such other factors which influence demand. Here, you can mention what are the demand determinants. Related commodities means substitute goods prices or else complementary goods prices, income of the consumers. All these are demand determinants. Now, the condition is that all these are going to remain equal, no change. We can explain this concept with the help of a demand schedule or demand table, a table comprising of different prices and quantities demanded. Remember, students, we have mentioned under the law of demand that quantity demanded is inversely proportional to price. That has to be kept in this table. A demand schedule is a table which presents the different prices of a good and the corresponding quantity demanded per unit of time. To illustrate the relationship between the quantity of a commodity demanded and its price, we may take a hypothetical data for prices and quantities of commodity X. Let us imagine, dear students, here hypothetical mean to say here it is only imaginary data we are taking. Keep this in your mind, dear students. Though it is imaginary data, we are establishing law of demand. Quantity demanded is inversely proportional. That we need to keep in our mind while constructing this table. A demand schedule is drawn upon the assumption that all the other influences remain unchanged. That is what other things remain constant. Demand schedule. Let us look at the demand schedule. It is imaginary, hypothetical. We have taken 5 different situations or 5 different combinations. You can observe here price and quantity demanded. Under first situation, when the price of the good is 5, the quantity demanded in units is 10. 10 units are demanded at 5 rupees. What happened in the next price level? That is second price, that is B. 4 rupees. The price has come down to 4 rupees. Remember, dear students, here under law of demand we have stated that quantity demanded is inversely proportional to price. So we have reduced the price by 1 rupee. Quantity demanded will increase now. That is the reason when price has fallen from 5 rupees to 4 rupees, quantity demanded has increased from 10 units to 15 units. You can observe here quantity demanded is inversely proportional to price. Now 3 more combinations are also given here in the demand schedule or demand table. That is, when the price has fallen further by 1 rupee, that is 4 has become 3, the quantity demanded has increased to 20 units. And combination D and combination E also you can observe here price is falling 1 rupee each time and the quantity demanded is increasing. Quantity demanded is increasing. That is what it is inversely proportional. Quantity demanded is inversely proportional to price. Now this hypothetical data need to be shown on a graph, pictorial representation. Different price levels and different quantities have to be shown on a graph. So that becomes our demand curve. What is this demand curve? A demand curve is a graphical presentation of the demand schedule. It is obtained by plotting a demand schedule. We can now plot the data from table on a graph with price on the vertical axis and quantity on the horizontal axis. Let us look at this. How will it look? Yeah, you can observe here. For your convenience, it is kept on the right side. Price is shown on the vertical, that is y-axis, and quantity demanded on the x-axis, that is horizontal axis. I have added all the different price levels and quantities with points, and I have joined all those points and I have got a line like this, demand curve. You can remember, dear students, demand curve always slopes downward from left to right. It is because the inverse relationship, as we have stated under law of demand, when all other things remain constant, if price quantity will increase as the price reduces, and vice versa. That can be observed from the demand curve. Now, though it is a very good law, it is not acceptable under certain cases. They are called exceptions to law of demand. That means to say law of demand is questioned. It is not acceptable under certain goods. You need to mention when you are asked what is law of demand, you need to explain this also. Giffen goods. Giffen. It is named, certain goods are named after an economist, a famous economist called Dr. Giffens. Now he has observed certain goods, commodities where even though the price rises, quantity demanded will not decrease. You can also imagine, dear students, in necessary goods in our life. Even whatever may be the price, even at higher price also we need to continue to purchase it. So those are certain goods. Articles of snob appeal. Certain goods are there where the price, highest price, increases the prestige in the society. That may be wearing a diamond or platinum, or else using very luxurious car. It increases the prestige of the customer who uses that. So in certain kinds of goods, even the price rises, quantity demanded will not decrease. Of course, another one is speculation. Speculation mean to say here making profit out of the price level changes. Especially you can understand in stock markets. Let us say the share price was yesterday 100. Today it has increased to 110 rupees. Even though the price has increased, people may not stop buying it. They may still buy it on the expectation that it will further increase. So, in certain kind of speculative transactions, law of demand is not acceptable. It is a failure. Consumers' psychological bias is at another point. How you perceive the price level changes is at another point. That is the reason necessary goods, as I was telling, rice, milk, wheat, even at higher prices also we need to buy it. We cannot stop buying them. And certain other goods like medicines are there, surgical expenses. So law of demand is not applicable. And certain goods may be there out of our monthly expenditure or total expenditure, very negligible amount is spent, like out of the total monthly expenditure we pay a little for purchasing matchbox. Whatever may be the price level change, we are not going to bother about. Life saving drugs, medicines. Okay, in case of medicines also, even at higher prices we need to buy. At lower prices we cannot increase the consumption. Whatever doctor prescribes, only to that extent we can use. All the best, my dear students. Thanks for watching my channel. Please subscribe my channel, Mentor the Trusted Guide. Thank you.